Uh, Efficiency. I think the best thing is go out and be productive, the limited snaps, like you said, and just showcase, what we can do, especially with a lot of us being together for the first time, and now the bullets are flying. So just to see what we can do with live tackling.
What'd you say?
What'd you say?
What have you noticed with the offensive line development in camp so far?
Oh, they've come together really good. They're unison. They work hard, and they really, protect us for sure. Anytime we're on the ground, they're rushing over to pick us up, help us out, and I'm very hopeful for this offensive line.
David, is this sort of a curiosity because even though you're practicing together, is that until you see it in the game with all these pieces of light, you're kind of missing out?
Most definitely. I think the game is where you really see, how good your offense is, how good I am in different aspects like that. Practice, it's more of just learning the plays and being able to do them. But when you get in the game, it's all about efficiency and what you can actually do with the plays you're given.
David, does the fact that there's only 3 preseason games and value to them now have your best?
No, not at all. Especially me being a vet. I don't think I don't need as many. I don't need that many preseason games to get ready for the season. I think it's helpful for us as players, especially if they're trying to add another game, the 17th game, and it helps us in the long run.
What about for the younger guys, the team in general, versus kind of the same thing?
I think 3 games is good. When you start, you might as well have a season then. When you start adding more games and starting doing so much, I think 3 games is a good enough way to figure out what's going on.
You played a really large share of the offensive snaps last year. How would you feel with the kind of a rotating more as a running back group this year? Do you think that would help you?
I think it will. I think it'll help in the long run. Obviously, as it's going on in the moment, it's tough, but I think in the long run, I think it'll just help out the team as a whole.
Is it hard to have a feel for the game, for the defense, if you're not kind of out there as consistently?
Depends on what's going on. If it's running the ball, obviously, pass protection and stuff like that, I don't think that really changes at all. But obviously running the ball, especially in the beginning of the game, it might, take a little bit longer to figure out what's going on, figure out different ways to beat the defense and running the ball like that. But other aspects, like I said, catching the ball or pass protection, I don't think so. No, not yet. They haven't told us. They just told us to be ready to play.
What do you remember about your first preseason game? And just kind of trying to translate what they've taught you, all this stuff, and what would you say to the young guys who are kind of going through that?
Man, my first preseason game was a roller coaster because I remember I got hurt, so I didn't even play the first preseason game. My rookie year, I had a hamstring, and I didn't come back until maybe 3 or the second one, and it was a roller coaster, man. My head was spinning. I felt like I was basically trying to figure out everything, and even though I knew the plays, I still was a little bit confused, questioning myself, questioning the plays and what I was doing. And my biggest thing is just for the young guys, the rookies especially, I would say know your plays for sure, because if you know the plays, you know the playbook, it makes it a lot easier to play.
What have you thought about how the offense has come together so far? What do you like best about how you and everybody, all the new guys are working together?
I think the biggest thing is since we're such a veteran-led team, I think we figured out the playbook really fast together. I think that's what's good for us is that it won't take us so long to play together and play as a cohesive team, especially on offense, because we have so many veterans and we all know how to be professionals. We all know how to work together because we all, the NFL, the plays are pretty similar. It's just the terminology. And once you figure that out, you play well together.
We talked with David Mills a couple of days ago. What have you seen from him this preseason camp? I know he's been talking about being more consistently. How do you have a relationship with him and seeing where he's gone so far?
I don't talk too much about X's and O's with him. I talk more off the field. He's going to be drilled enough from the quarterback's coach, from Tim Kelly, and from the other quarterbacks in his group. So my biggest thing, I just want to, talk to him and try to help him out just in life, being a professional, talking about just eating, where to go eat, if he needs help with rehab, if he needs anything outside the field.
Let's do a couple more. All set? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Like that role, and have you done it before?
Yeah, actually my first year playing
in that role was last year in Green Bay, and I got situated with that, so I'm pretty comfortable with transitioning here and being in that role.
Is there any sort of transition from doing another one coordinator to another? Anything you kind of have to learn about?
Well, it's this year 8 for me. I didn't play for numbers of different coordinators, so it's all about being a pro and understanding how to adapt to things. So I'm pretty comfortable with it. I'm used to it and ready to rock.
What's the hardest part about that job or that responsibility?
Just the terminology, concepts, and football is all the same. It's only a certain amount of defenses you really can run to where it all just blends in. So it's really just a different terminology and getting the little tricks of the trades here and there. But like I said, when you've been playing in the league for 8 years, it's you get comfortable with it.
Do you still get eager to hit that first preseason? Maybe as a veteran, you don't want to play preseason games, but are you eager to hit somebody else?
Oh yeah, when you have a long training camp of going against the same guys, especially your teammates, you want to go out there and compete with other guys around the league. Keeping score. Whenever you keep score, it's always going out there to try to win. So it's always exciting for the preseason, and you're sharpening up your tools. Seeing what you got and putting everything together, and actually going out there and showcasing it and seeing where you are as a team.
The value of the preseason games any more valuable? Because it's only 3 now as opposed to 4.
Say it again.
Are the preseason games any more valuable because it's only 3 as opposed to 4, or does it really get like that?
Me personally, I look at it the same way. Whether it's 3 or 4, it's all the same approach. I don't think it's more valuable or less valuable. It's just another game to go out there and fine tune everything and get ready for the regular season. No, it'd be good to see some guys, obviously that I played with last year. But I'm looking at it as this is my home, this is my job, this is what I'm called to do, is go out there and play ball. So that's the approach that I have. Like I said, it'd be good to see familiar faces and see guys that I previously played with, and it'd be fun to go back up there. But I'm getting used to Houston now.
With all the change that it's been here, are you all curious as players just to kind of see what is our team like?
Yeah. Whenever you're in this situation where it's a bunch of new guys, and you see it, in training camp, and you see how we're gelling together. You see how everything is coming together. Plays, offense is coming together, defense is coming together. But it's just a different feel when you actually go against an opponent and really see when it matters. And not saying that training camp doesn't matter, but when you keep a score against another team, you actually really see what you have. So I'm excited for that. I know a lot of guys on the team are excited to see where we're at.
All set, guys? All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You guys curious just to see like in a game situation against a good team how it looks and how it feels?
For sure, we want to go out there and start the season off with the right kind of mindset and attitude. We want to set the tone of what we've been working for, what we've been striving for. But this preseason is for growth. It is for learning. Failure is okay, but we definitely want to go out there and play our best.
How many snaps do you think you'll get? Any idea?
I'm just gonna go out there until they pull me. I mean, I don't think I anticipate playing a whole lot, but I'm just gonna go out there till they tell me to stop.
How valuable are these games to a veteran like yourself and other vets? How do you view that?
Well, I'm approaching this game way differently than someone like than Laramie might. He played last year, I didn't, and that's kind of the story of my whole season. Is everything I'm doing, I'm approaching a little differently. I was talking to Ryan, our rookie center we have, and I was like, you got to be excited, but I'm excited. It kind of feels like my first game in a while, so I'm excited to get out there, get my feet wet again, and get the rhythm of the game again.
Are there any things you're having to kind of get used to again? Just having had that year off?
Yeah, I had to not only teach my ACL how to work again, I had to, slowly teach it football and tell it to be there when I want to kick slide. But I mean, mentally, I never really let it escape me. So it's more physical than anything, but just kind of creating that routine throughout the week and what my game day is going to look like now. And but that's the fun part is, building that routine that you want to follow and you just be at your best.
Besides Larry, there's a lot of young guys on this line. You've played kind of all over. Are you able to kind of help guys at different positions?
I feel like it. Like Titus, getting reps at guard. Like I made that transition, the exact same transition he's made. So any chance I get, I've tried to, give him my 2 cents. But Titus is a smart dude. He's played a lot of ball. He's going to do just fine. But, yeah, I mean, the guys I've been working with and the whole room, they're on it mentally, physically. And, I'm just excited to get out there and do good myself and come out healthy. But I'm excited to watch the young guys go out there and see what we've been working for and see what they do.
What's your advice for making that transition?
Just be open to it. Accept that you're not going to, be perfect from the get-go. But like I said, failure is all right as long as you grow from it. And, now's the time to experiment and find out how you do your job best.
Justin, you got at least 3 wrestlers on the team right now. You, Malik Collins, and Roy Lopez. I can't ever remember being on a team with more than one. Have you guys like talk about off-season tournaments or anything? Do you warm up by pummeling?
No, I left my wrestling shoes on the mat. I'm done. A couple of knee surgeries later, I don't need them to be twisting me and whatnot. I will say I'll probably win. I didn't lose my last year, so but we'll never know. So I'm sure they'll say they're going to win, and we'll just leave it at that.
Did you see that in their game that they were wrestlers?
Roy
and Malik.
Now that Roy's pointed it out, yeah. But I was trying to figure him out as a player. Never seeing film on him or going against him. But I can see that in Malik for sure.
Yes, I can't remember if you said this before, not just listening to what you said. You kind of approach this with a bit of a chip on your shoulder, something to prove, that kind of thing going into the season?
For sure. I mean, I had a lot of time on my hands last year, and so, there was a lot of talk like, oh, he's retired. Like, people thought I was retired. I never said I was retired. I was just at home. I was getting paid to be at home, essentially. So, anybody would do that. So, COVID, I mean, it was just a perfect year for my situation to unfold the way it did. But I was itching to get back. I was talking to my agent every week. Who's calling? What's it look like? And nobody wanted to, pay me respectful money, and I feel like I've done enough to kind of earn that. So grateful that the organization here gave me the opportunity. I definitely have a chip on my shoulder. But, I mean, it's nothing personal. I just want to go out there, win some games, be at my best, and provide for my family.
How about the defensive line? And they drove a number of people in and out of it. What's your impression of the defensive line there?
Here? I think we got a lot of rotation, a lot of different guys. I think we have a chance to be pretty good. It'll be interesting to see what happens when we get in the games. But, they've definitely been pushing us and making us work a little harder. But, yeah.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks.
We're good. Thanks, guys.
Been back once before, obviously a couple of years ago, but it's going to be super special again. Get to go back to Green Bay. I'm excited.
What do your parents think about all this coming back?
Oh, they love it.